That's long.
I spent £2,000 on this sim rig, so why do I still suck at rally games? It's going to get emotional, people, so let's jump straight in, roll titles, and remember we're born to respawn. I'm a sim racer at heart, never happier than when storming around my favourite circuit in my favourite car against a horde of angry snarling GT3 or classic F1 cars. With the impending release of EA's WRC VR mode, I decided to give rallying one more go. I'd never got on with rally games. I found the tracks too narrow and twisty, the co-driver instructions were gobbledygook, and I couldn't get my head around the handling. But after putting some time into Dirt Rally 2, it started to click and really hooked me. So I decided to go all in and set up my sim rig for rallying. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my sim racing setup and my first experience with it. Then I'm going to talk about how I'm approaching the problem of not sucking at rallying. Setup. This is my setup. Cockpit is a GT Omega racing rig and bucket seat, which costs nearly £700. All my other sim gear is Fanatec, and yes, I know how ironic that is. Stop giggling at the back. So, GT DD Pro with the 8Nm upgrade at £800, CSL load cell brake pedal at £140. I upgraded the elastomer in the load cell pedal to these springs from Odo because the pedal was way too stiff and only moved about 5mm, which is totally unrealistic. I put a link down in the description below. They really do transform the pedal feel into something much more real world, and they're quite cheap. Next is the very sturdy Club Sport Shifter SQ version 1.5 at £260. Finally, the Club Sport Handbrake version 1.5 at £130. All told, I have spent over £2,000 on my rig, so I was ready to dive in and show Sebastian Ogier a thing or two. Before we go any further, I had a lot of problems setting up EA WRC in VR, so to see how I solved that problem, please check out the video here. First experience. Excited to try out my new rig, I fired up EA WRC VR mode and plunged straight into a ravine, I might add. My driving skills were still not up to scratch, even with all my new shiny gear. Why? I couldn't get the timing of the handbrake right for hairpins. I kept shifting down when I should have been shifting up. My braking and acceleration were all over the place. More importantly, I kept missing instructions from my co-driver. So I kept crashing constantly, was about to give up in frustration again. My solution. Then I had an epiphany about why I was being overwhelmed. I was trying to jump into the top tier WRC cars that driving gods like Ogier, Rovanpera and Tanak were using to make it all look easy. This is like passing your driving test, being given an F1 car and asked to drive flat through Eau Rouge. You are going to have a very brief life followed by a horrible flaming death. Because I was so used to circuit racing, I had all the on-screen UI turned off, traction control and ABS to realistic, plus I knew circuits such as Silverstone, Spa and Brands Hatch like the back of my hand. As you will have guessed, this is nigh on impossible in rallying as the courses are miles long and very unpredictable, hence the co-driver pace notes and emphasis on carefully following instructions instead of just jamming your foot on the throttle and hoping for the best. What did I do to overcome this problem? I initiated Noob Mode. Noob Mode. I went to the on-screen display and turned driver calls and warning message icons back on. Then I went to assists and gave myself some ABS traction and stability control. Not too much so that it was on rails, but enough to make staying on track a little bit easier. The main thing I did to improve was I started right at the very bottom of the rallying pile, right in the slowest cars on the easiest tracks. Slow and steady till I can wrap my head around listening to my co-driver and acting without my little monkey brain exploding in a spray of bloody goo. There is an unwritten theory that it takes 10,000 hours of practice to become an expert at something, so I've only got 9,900 hours to go. Best of all, I'm no longer frustrated and I'm starting to have fun again. Ever heard the phrase, all the gear, no idea? That's me. But I'm determined to improve and climb up those time trial leaderboards, and soon you will all tremble at my magnificence. As always though, what do you think? What tactic did you use to improve your rallying skills? Got any tips or wisdom to disseminate? Better still, can you coach me? You know the drill. Get involved and comment down below. I'll leave the footage playing so that you can laugh at my ineptitude. So, enjoy.
Left of the crest, 100. 4 left of the jump, half long, 120.
Oops! Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button. The algorithm loves the likes. Plus, if you enjoyed this content, you could join my channel membership, like these lovely people did. You get custom badges, emojis, and an exclusive members-only channel on my Discord. If you want to watch more content from my channel, you can click here or here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.